Cum-filled cupcakes were served to children by this teacher in Louisiana.
25. A small family rents out an Airbnb for a few days, unaware that they would encounter something very unsettling while staying there.
What's good, family? Welcome to Lady Boss Energy, where we uplift, motivate, and inspire each other to get shit together. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you know somebody who you think would enjoy watching these or needs to see this, share it with them. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. I'm not responsible for what you do or don't believe. Take what you believe and leave what you don't. So this video, is different than all the other videos that I've showed. It is different because I know that I have said that I'm not going to show conspiracy theories on this channel, but that's what the people want, and the people get what the people want. But also, some of these, they're not conspiracy theories. If you are still in the mindset that conspiracy theories are just theories, then maybe this is not the channel for you. Or maybe it is. Maybe this could be the channel that causes you to realize that we've been lied to our whole lives about everything. That the government is full of shit. These people are full of shit. And we have to stand up for ourselves, because nobody's going to stand up for us. Nobody's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. And what I just said isn't true. I'm just kidding. Affirmation time. I lead my life with confidence and trust. Trust yourself and go do an activity you enjoy by yourself. I do activities all the time by myself. I love being by myself. I can entertain myself. I can laugh with myself. I can laugh at myself, with myself, by myself. I don't need company. I love being by myself. And the one for mine says, I don't work for money. Money works for me. Hey, I don't work for money, bro. Money works for me. And to do it, let's get straight into it.
Something's up, something's weird, and something's coming. Because what do you mean all New Year's Eve events are canceled around the world? Well, not all, but majority of them around the world, not in just one country, because of potential threats? I don't understand how we're so sure of all these potential threats, and they just have never done that before. People threaten every day, and I just don't believe that this is what it seems like. I think there's something else being set up. I do. I really think they're going to start implementing something that's going to lead to, a more systematic new world order that is more in place and more enforced. I don't know. I just feel that this is weird. And you know what? I just came across a video of a man speaking on a prophetic warning that he said that he had gotten from God, and said that this will be the last Christmas. And I know nobody knows the day or hour that Jesus is returning. I don't think he was speaking on this will be the last Christmas because next Christmas Jesus is coming back. He was saying that this will be the last Christmas that things will be normal. And we don't know what's to come. He could be completely right or he could be completely wrong. I don't know. But I feel like it was very, very deep, and it felt so urgent. I, for some time, have been wondering, when will the last holidays be that we celebrate as a society? When will we have our last Christmas? Believe me, I really have questioned that. What if this is our last Christmas? Or what if this is our last Thanksgiving? What if the world completely changes in the year and Jesus came back, or something else happened, or the world is completely changed? I don't know, under complete domination and control. Well, it already practically is, but in a different manner, in a manner that we've never seen before. I'm just saying, I just feel like something's coming. And I don't mean to sound pessimistic or, try to scare anybody, but I'm just sending out a warning of making sure you are standing in truth with God and have Christ on your heart, Christ in your life. This is the time to get closer to God. I will always say it. I will give that message in almost every video that I make. To be close to God, to be close, have Christ, not just God, but Christ in your heart. Because I don't know what is coming exactly, but I just know prophecy never lies. And there's going to be things that really will erupt in this nation. I've been a little bit worried about what next year is gonna look like. Because this world is so crazy, but let's hold on tight. Let's see what 2026 brings us, because it might not be good. We're only getting closer to the mark of the beast. We're only getting closer to the end. That just is what every day is getting closer to be honest. So, am I necessarily surprised? No. But, I mean, I never seen this happen with all these events being canceled. Something's up.
Dogs barking is a government experiment to terrorize people in poverty. Check this out.
Do y'all hear the dog?
There's a dog barking in the background.
One time, 2 weeks ago, I was like stoned and I woke up at 2 a.m, still stoned. And I heard that dog barking. And the way it barking, it just sounded exactly the same pitch every time. Like,
I hear it.
and I got really creeped out because I started to feel like, what if the dog barking is a government experiment and it's really just someone playing a dog barking over a loudspeaker?
Almost like it's
as a form of,
pre-recorded.
like terrorizing low-income neighborhoods so that we can't have peace. Like, this is literally how I was
It's not that far-fetched of a theory.
and I swear, I
Nah.
bet you that is real in some way.
It's like the movie
I got
They
so
Clone
scared. I was
Tyrone.
like,
Check it
that's
out.
a robot. That's not a real dog. It's kind of like how in San Francisco, some businesses will play classical music super loud over the speakers outside of their business so that homeless people won't loiter and, hang out or sleep. And of course, a lot of homeless people will still stay out there and still sleep anyways, despite the music. But
Stay weird, y'all.
it creeped me out thinking that, like, wow, like, this could all be a experiment.
I could hear the same tone in that dog's barking.
I don't think y'all ready for this one. Do y'all remember these cookies, right? These cookies, I'm sure some of you guys are eating some right now because it's the holidays. These cookies will show up for 2 to 3 months, right, for the holidays, and then they would disappear like they never existed until the next year again, right? And my wife would like to know why, and I want to know why as well too. But besides the point, well, you won't believe where these things are being made at, y'all. And after you see this video, you're definitely gonna go return this and never look at this ever again, because why was they always in our faces like this? Every store we went to, why?
Okay, so I came to Walmart today just to see if this was real. See this? Do you see this big box of like cookie things? These? And it says product of India. Product of India right there. I don't think you're ready for this. I don't think you're ready for this.
Y'all ever wonder why America gets other products from other countries and bring them over here to our country, and then we find out things like this? Because this is not the first time. And you guys do know America outsources majority of its food, right? Like, majority of the stuff that you're eating doesn't come from America. So why is that? And America is the most poisoned country or nation in the world. So are these other countries purposely doing this to us? And why is that? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. But this right here, y'all shouldn't be celebrating. Again, the holidays are over. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, share for more videos like this. Let's get it, y'all. Peace in.
Unreal. That's disgusting.
Yo, listen, man, it's real serious, man. Start going to the stores and stocking up on stuff that can last a long time. 3 years ago, around this time, we all started getting sick, right? But the government let us know what it was. It was COVID, right? Now we got people getting 100-day coughs. It's not the COVID no more. It's something else that's going on out here. People just dropping down. People starting to have heart failure. They have kids that have fluid on their heart. This is not normal, man. And this time around, the government won't say anything. I know someone that works in the hospital now, and they say the ER is full. The hospital is full. This is getting serious. Pay attention.
Shit's getting real out here, man. It's been
Hi.
real.
Hi. Look at the puppy.
Puppy!
Look at the puppy. Like the puppy?
Yeah.
Can you guess what her name is?
Duncan?
Duncan? You were close. Her name's Donuts. I got some more puppies. Want to go see the other puppies?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Come on. Right over here. Give me a hand. My name's Joe. I'm filming a social experiment. Now, how many times a day do you tell your kid not to talk to strangers?
I tell my kid every day.
All right. So if I go over to your kid right now, will he or she talk to me or run away?
I'm pretty sure she's not going to talk to you, but try.
All right. Which one's your kid? I'm going to put it to the test. I'm going to go over there with the puppy.
She's right there.
She's right over there?
Yep, and then James after.
All right. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to talk to her as a stranger. All right?
She saw her ma talking to that dude and shake his hand. But teach your children.
Hey, if you got time, watch this.
This is a warning to all parents.
Hey, what's going on, people? This is a warning to all parents. This is a warning to all parents with small children that are on devices, whether it be a telephone, a tablet, or so. My wife was listening to my granddaughter's video that she was watching on the tablet, and it was something called Cappuccino Ballerina, Cappuccino, something like that. But the video sounded harmless at first, but then we did a little digging, and this animation that they are pushing to kids, it's a ballerina with a cappuccino head, and she had a baby. The man that she was with, which is like this wooden stick man, he hit her in the head, cracked her open, cappuccino everywhere. He was cheating on her. He had a side chick, and my wife told me about it. If you find out that your children are watching that, please stop them. That is inappropriate for kids, and I'm noticing a pattern.
Yeah.
I am noticing a pattern that they are pushing out things that are not age appropriate for our kids. If your child, grandchild, niece, nephew are on these tablets, on YouTube, please monitor what they are watching, because they are trying to deceive our children. It looks innocent. It looks like a cartoon. It looks like a animation, but there is an agenda to deceive the minds of our children. Please be aware. Cappuccino, ballerina, cappuccino. I don't know the exact name, but beware. Do not allow your children to watch that program. Blessings.
We got to do better as parents. We got to get those babies off those tablets.
Never say yes to anyone on the phone you don't know. Let me explain why. Because scammers are asking basic questions like, can you hear me? Is this Peter? Or are you the homeowner? They record you saying yes, and then they use your voice recording to authorize fraudulent transactions for charges to your account. So if this happens to you, don't say the word yes. Answer the question with a question or just hang up.
I don't answer calls I don't know, and then I block them.
So with the social media era that the earth is in, many souls is getting a lot of information, but they not able to actually implement it into their game. They not actually able to integrate that into their life. And all it is the fact that it's a lot of mental stimulation. It's a lot of mental absorption of information. However, the body has not integrated it. You have to integrate that into the body, and that's not a thing that takes one day. The avatar needs repetition for the subconscious to get reprogrammed. So you have to continuously implement this into your avatar. You have to become that spiritual information. So you create the right structure for yourself to where you can implement this spiritual information into your life. And then the things that you're trying to manifest or experience will actually just pop into your face as a materialization. But for things to become physical, it has to get grounded into the physical reality. A manifestation is simply just your idea materialized. What is material? Physical. How do you get things into the physical? By grounding your spiritual insight into your physical body. When you ground the insight into your body, things just pop up. The thing just happen more because your body is in tune with the actual information that you processed, and it's not just your mind. Your body is the earth. So you have to implement and ground your spiritual self, your spiritual insight into the earth. The spirit already knows. If you ground it into the body, into the earth, then that is what's going to show in your earth more. But if it's just mental information and it's not something that's actually in repetition, in habit, and implemented as a thing that just is for you, like that's your life now, then it's not going to work. You have to ground yourself. Ground yourself into your body. And that is when all of the spiritual insight that you have within yourself starts to materialize for you. You will start to see it in the material form because you grounded yourself into the earth.
Yo, you have to watch this.
Countries with the most missing children. Italy, 21,951 missing children each year. South Korea, 25,690 to missing children each year. Russia, 45,000 missing children each year. Canada, 45,288 missing children each year. India, 96,000 missing children each year. Germany, 100,000 missing children each year.
I bet America's the highest.
United Kingdom, 112,835 missing children each year. United States, 460,000 missing children each year, with 2,300 children going missing every day.
Wow. We know what's happening to them. It's the LPs eating them. Taking them for their stuff that comes from our veins. We know what they're doing with these babies. Parents, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. And what I just said isn't true about the LPs taking them. We gotta do better. We just gotta do better, period, as society, as a whole. Because when I suffer, you suffer. When you suffer, I suffer. Because we are one.
Truth is, this how easy it is to get into your hotel room. So many people would come in my comments and ask me, why are you putting a towel by the door? And this is the reason why.
That's crazy.
Make sure y'all share this with everybody y'all know.
That's crazy, bro. That easy. Look at the world we live in today. And only we have the ability to change it as a whole.
Hay sujetos que siempre que ven a una mujer sola e indefensa quieren amedrantarla, pero se equivocaron. Se llevaron su merecido por andar buscando lo que no se le había perdido. Llegaron donde esta chica que estaba esperando su autobús y empezaron a molestarla. Pero esta chica de manera inmediata le contesta y los frena. Pero estos tres chicos van donde esta otra chica y como ven que ella se siente amedrantada, que se siente que la están acosando, ella le da miedo. Pero esta chica valiente, al ver lo que estaban haciendo con la otra, coge un gas pimienta y se lo echa en los ojos. Wow. ¿Usted cree que está bien la reacción de lo que hizo esta chica? Por favor, déjeme su comentario.
Good job. Yeah, that's how you do that.
Hey, what's got in here? Whoa, whoa! Oh my!
I believe that animals are not just animals. And they're not. Stop letting money control you.
This is the photo of the girl who was turned into a human bodysuit.
Yeah, they skinned her.
There are real photos of the crime on the internet. I can't show them to you, obviously, but you can Google them. It was a 23-year-old college student who was struggling with depression. She ended up being sent to a psychiatric clinic on November 12th, 1998, but ended up going missing instead. Her mother reported her missing to the authorities, and they told her to wait. And if they didn't wait, she might still be with us. And then in January 1999, a couple months later, a tugboat crew found human skin and her leg floating in the water. And initially, people thought this was an accident, but like, how does that become an accident? Like, when you see the photos, that was no accident. But then they kind of realized, oh, someone deliberately removed all of her skin and fashioned it into a bodysuit. Very unfortunately, the case went cold for a really long time. And then in 2014 to 2017, there was a lead. Notice the psychological profile of this guy named Robert J. He had really disturbing tendencies. He worked at a zoology institute where he killed the rabbits with no explanation, and he fit the profile of the perpetrator. But there's no real evidence that says that he did this crime, so they ended up letting him go. Unfortunately, justice has not been served for her yet. Her killer has not been found. And if you want to see the crime scene photos, just Google Katarzyna crime, because they're too disturbing to show here. Over here for more content.
That's sad.
Filled cupcakes were served to children by this teacher in Louisiana.
Wait.
Meet Cynthia Perkins, and let me warn you, this story is incredibly disturbing. So back in 2019, investigators were tipped off about this woman, Cynthia, and her husband, Dennis. Apparently, some images had surfaced depicting the couple graping a child. And when investigators finally swept in October of 2019 and arrested the couple, what they found out was disturbing. Cynthia, who at the time of her arrest was a middle school English teacher, had allegedly gotten a sperm sample from her husband, baked that sperm into some cupcakes, and brought the cupcakes into her classroom, where she then served those baked goods to her own students. When the police raided the couple's home, they found hidden cameras in the bathrooms and in the attic, and they uncovered a lot of evidence that the couple had been producing child pornography, with a victim under the age of 13 years old. Cynthia at first was unrepentant and tried to pin this all on her husband, but shortly after they were arrested, she divorced her husband and admitted that she had, yes, taken part in this entire thing. And just last year, she was sentenced to over 40 years of prison time. Now, her husband, Dennis, was actually a sheriff's deputy. And in a completely unrelated case, another woman was found guilty of helping Dennis grape, a woman who was completely unconscious. And yes, they filmed the attack. So these two were serial predators and offenders. And this story just goes to show that these people don't look evil. Predators come in all shapes and sizes, even teachers and cops.
Gotta be careful.
Terabyte S-File 3-point extension. English language. The Shadow Code Core. Status, substructural linguistic matrix exposure initiated. We're now entering the root architecture of English, its constructive alchemy as a spell-based, jurisdictional mind cage built for control. This layer goes beyond legal and social contracts, into how English reverses original truth frequencies, hides metaphysical structures, and functions as a weaponized software language to bind the mind, restrict thought, and mask divinity. It's the truth. English is a hacked spellcraft language, extracted from sacred tongues infused with maritime and corporate codes, then used to overwrite reality through unconscious agreement. Deep code mechanisms, how English manipulates consciousness. 1. The law of reversal, inversion as core programming. Open quote, the shadow flips divine truths. Language becomes the first weapon. Close quote. Examples, live, evil, God, dog, nowhere. Now here, sacred, scared with one letter shift. Devil, deveil, the one who veils. Energetic effect, words create a fractured mirror, teaching you to identify with the inversion of your true self. 2. Phonetic traps, sound is code. Open quote, the sound of a word, not its spelling, is where the energetic contract lies. Close quote. Pray, pray. When you pray, are you a supplicant or a sacrifice? Mourning, mourning. Waking begins with subconscious grief ritual. Weekdays, a disempowering spell cycle. Spells, cast a code, a vibration, same word as spelling. Covert effect, English implants daily phonetic rituals that keep your field weakened and subconscious compliant. 3. Syllabic fracturing, breaking flow of divine language, open quote. Sacred languages like Hebrew or Sanskrit are frequency contiguous. English breaks these flows into chopped syllables, fragmenting coherence. Close quote. Resurrection becomes resurrecton, turns life into mechanical parts. Human is reduced from divine essence to color, plus man, legal person. Result, it's harder to vibrate truth in English. The syllables are energetically interrupted. 4. The capital trap, uppercase as dehumanization, open quote. The use of all caps, e.g. John Doe, is not aesthetic, it's code. Close quote. All caps equals corporate fiction, lowercase grammatical subject, upper lower, proper noun of a living being. Legal coding effect. When your name is written in all caps, you are no longer a being. You are a construct, a trust, an asset. You've been converted. 5. Silent contracts, embedded in passive grammar. Open quote. English is loaded with words that pretend neutrality while invoking surrender. Close quote. Examples. Should equals embedded guilt. Try, permission to fail. Maybe equals frequency of doubt. Guess equals collapse of knowing. These are not harmless. They are disempowerment programs. Override, replace with clarity-based speech. I will, I choose, I declare, I know. Subject-object confusion, reversing the seat of power. Open quote. English constantly flips the position of agency, which erodes sovereignty. Close quote. It happened to me. It was object victimhood. They made me do it equals surrender of will. Reclaim power. Use subject-forward syntax. I allowed, I created, I shifted, I chose not to intervene. This reorients the mind toward cause, not effect. Tash, metalinguistic reveal. English is maritime construct code. It is no accident that you birth at birth, you are delivered as cargo, you get a certificate like a bill of lading, you are placed into a dock, courtroom, your currency represents your life energy. You were cast into a sea of commerce using language. Every word became a navigational beacon, pulling you into contracts and agreements.
I knew some of that. I didn't know all of that.
For y'all that eat at them potlucks, I want y'all to think about this every time y'all go to one. You're welcome.
What the? That's nasty. That's nasty, bro. Ew. I hope she's the only one eating that.
To every single American that keeps saying, by law, they were required, by law, by law, by law, they were supposed to do this by law, they broke the law. The law doesn't fucking exist. The law doesn't fucking exist in America, everybody. Every single member of the government is a criminal! And we keep expecting the criminals to hold the other criminals accountable. When the dictator in charge can ignore the courts, law doesn't exist. When every system of checks and balances we had fails because nobody's being held accountable, law doesn't exist. Stop screaming about what is legally required. Nobody cares. The only way this stops is if the people listen to the Constitution and overthrow tyranny. Revolution!
On November 14 of 2025, a small family rents out an Airbnb for a few days, unaware that they would encounter something very unsettling while staying there. They had booked the place in advance for an upcoming wedding that was out of town, so staying here made sense. But one night, after coming back from walking their dog, this happens.
We were just out walking my dog, and when we came in, we heard...
You see your dog?
Jesus Christ.
I watched this all the way through. It's creepy.
Somehow, the leash on her dog's collar suddenly jolts up in a quick motion before wrapping itself around her dog. It just flings up as if someone had chucked it upwards, but clearly, no one is seen on the stairs to have done that, which is very odd considering that just moments ago this was heard. Now Sydney, who recorded this video, was just as baffled as the Airbnb host who received this video from her. But this wouldn't be the only video she sends, because the next day, while placing the leash on the stairs to see if it would jump again, this is captured.
Okay, so this is the leash. There she goes again. I don't think the leash is gonna move, but she's definitely sensing something. Every single day.
Although the leash doesn't move this time, her dog goes ahead and does this. For some reason, it's at the same time the leash is on the steps that her dog begins to search for something. But like before, nothing appears to be there. Sydney even checks the rug to see if anything on or under it was making her dog behave this way. But still, nothing. However, there's something in this video that's worth pointing out, and it's a detail that appears in other videos that Sydney recorded of her dog. Watch closely.
So I wanted to show you guys some footage of my dog with these stairs. So here's another clip that I got of her doing it, walk over and see her, and she was so locked into this.
Now, if you didn't notice, in each video, Sydney's dog is always around a certain area of the stairs. It's always the middle or lower half of the steps, but never the top. If it wasn't for this detail, Sydney would not have realized this.
So I think I figured out why my dog just is always hanging out right here. So I just found a door back here. So I don't think that it's what's on the stairs. I tried to check, but the door is locked. Obviously it's an Airbnb, so they lock a lot of the doors up. I don't think that it's what's on the stairs, like what I initially thought. I think it's what's below.
Considering that the space is on the ground, it explains why her dog is never seen on top. She seems to be sensing something that's in this room. But the question is, what exactly is she sensing? Wanting to find out, Sydney and her sister probe around the space to see what it might be that's inside. But during this moment, while recording, they captured this.
So this is the switch. You guys can see their light is on right there. I'm wondering if just there's someone right behind the door.
I've already seen it, it still scared me.
Almost immediately after Sydney pulls out her phone, the doorknob suddenly turns. Although no one was seen on the other side, the door handle moves as if held from the other end. Now Sydney was under the impression that a person had turned the knob, so they reach out to the Airbnb host and ask if anyone else is renting the place.
Sent the video to the landlord of the Airbnb, and hold on, let me turn asking, like, hey, is there someone else renting it out as well as us or what? Because basically he was like, no, you guys are the only ones that are in the Airbnb right now, like booked out for the week.
After finding out that no one else is inside, Sydney concludes that what happened that night wasn't a case of someone co-renting the house, but rather another paranormal occurrence. To her, this is much preferable over having a stranger inside the house. But despite being at ease now, knowing that it's not a person, the doorknob incident still baffles her. This is so, especially given that it still moves now and then.
Yeah. Scary. Okay. Okay, every time we've knocked before, this doorknob would turn a little bit.
Shit. That is creepy.
As it turns out, this room was actually a basement. Out of nowhere, the phone gets yanked inside before tumbling down the steps and landing on its face. But it's before it tumbles that something weird happens. If you didn't notice, the phone moves on its own again before falling down. But of course, the strangest part is when the phone somehow lifts itself. Neither Sydney nor the Airbnb host could explain this. It just rises up before falling back with no footsteps around to suggest that someone was there. It's no wonder why many see this as being paranormal. To Sydney and her sister, that's exactly the case. Whatever had been inside did not seem to like their intrusion, from the leash moving on its own to the phone being pulled inside. It currently remains unknown as to what exactly occurred here, but as with all videos, you be the judge on whether or not something supernatural took place. As always, let me know your thoughts on this one.
I have my own thoughts.
Something fucking creepy happened when I got home. I was driving down the street, and my daughter's bedroom light is on. So I'm like, that's weird because she's at her dad's house for a couple nights. She's not home. So I park my car right over here, and when I park my car, I see her bedroom curtains are also opened a bit. So now I'm freaked out, right? And my doors were locked. But my house was built in like 1910. So I was like, I hope it's a fucking ghost and someone didn't, break in or something.
Right.
So I have to actually go in my house right now and I'm recording it because I'm scared. Alright, so here we go. I'm like shaking right now. Like my hormones are, like my adrenaline is going again. Like I have to go up my creepy dark stairs. None of the lights are on upstairs. This is not fun. And you know I've been hearing weird shit in the attic, bro. Oh, fucking spooky. That's her room. Just turn the light on. I don't know which way I should point the camera. Bro, I'm freaked out. I'm gonna go in my bedroom first. Turning the light on in here. Ah! Why isn't it turning on? Okay. This shit's scary. Dude, I don't want to go in there. Everything is like normal in here. But her painting fell. This painting she made was hanging on the wall and that fell. Her chair that belongs to her desk is here, but that just might be normal. Like maybe she was playing with it. I'm gonna look in her closet. Dude. Everything's normal. I'm gonna shut her light off. Like the LED lights are on in my other daughter's room and those always go on. Dude, it was fucking creepy. I'm looking behind the shower curtain. Ha! Nothing there. Weird. Like that light was off last night. I was here in my house sleeping. I hate when that light is on because if I close my door and the light is on, it shines through this crack. It's gotta be a fucking ghost. Like my house was built in like 1906, not 1910, 1906.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the New Year's thing. I'm just now hearing about the things like they're canceling all around the world for New Year's. Like, I honestly feel like if something is coming, we're the only ones that can stop it from happening through our behaviors, through the things we are doing in our daily lives. They don't care about us. I don't know how many channels people need to see or how many TikTok videos they need to watch or how many Instagram reels they have to scroll through to get the message. They don't care about us. We need to put our differences aside. Who cares if you believe what I believe? At the end of the day, it is them who is effing us raw with no lube as hard as they can. And there's plenty of us bringing awareness to it. It's time, people. It's time. It's time we rise together. It is time that we put our differences aside and stand united. Because if not, we are going to, our world is going to be, you think it's bad now? If we keep allowing them to do the things that they are doing to us, it's time. And what I just said isn't true. I'm just kidding. Thank you for tuning into Lady Boss Energy, where we uplift, motivate, and inspire each other to get shit together. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you know somebody who you think would enjoy watching this or you think needs to see this, share it with them. I hope you have an amazing 24 and the best 7 yet. And I pray the divine radiates love and kindness and compassion and abundance and peace and joy and all the things over your life today, tomorrow, and forever. To see you in the next one. I love you.